friends, we are up here. It is awesome. It is May and it is time to begin marking our corn maze. Now, corn mazes used to be marked actually on the ground with stakes, and then they'd plant the corn in certain ways and they'd have to go back and cut certain corn. We do it a little bit differently. So we use a GPS system. This is the transponder receiver. This is the technology inside with the screen, something called an iPack that we use. And what I'm going to be doing is, if you take a look out here, I'm going to be walking all the way around this field so that I can trace what the edges or the perimeter looks like. And our perimeter on the inside is going to be 15 acres. So maybe that's a math question that you can answer in your class about what the perimeter of our corn maze is. But as this is attached, it's attached to an inside power source. There's a battery inside here. And what this does is it communicates with satellites. Just like, hey, maybe you have a phone or mom and dad have a phone and you use a map, right? And it tells you where to go. This creates a map for us so that as we design our corn maze and we're ready to cut it, Farmer Chris comes out here with his little tractor and his mower, and we then create that pattern that is needed to make our corn maze. So come along with me and let's go walk the perimeter. So here we are, my friends. I am walking around our 15 acres worth of land, the perimeter, remember that word? So as you can see, I've got the GPS system on my back in the backpack. It's getting a little hot out here too today. It's wonderful. It's turning into spring and then summertime. So right now in May, you may still even be in school, and we're already getting ready for October and what's going on here. So as I am walking, I am being very careful not to step on the corn, because that would kill it, and then we don't have a corn maze. So let me show you what the corn looks like right now. The plants are very, very tiny. Can you believe that all these plants are going to turn into giant corn stalks? So thanks for being out here today with me. Let's walk a little. Now, what I just did there is I did something on the GPS called a sidestep. It's where I am marking a point on the digital map so that when I'm actually designing the maze on the computer, I know where to place the design. Hello, my friends. Mrs. C here. We're now out of the field and it is quite some time later. So if you remember properly, I have the backpack. Remember what I was wearing? That's here now. I've connected it to the computer. The little piece inside is right there. It's connected. But let me show you what's happening here on the computer screen, if you can see a little bit. So what we've actually done is, that's what we walked around. What shape did it end up being? Oh my goodness. That is a perfect triangle. So what I've been working on is I like to think of maze ideas where I can partner with a local business or organization. And I don't know, maybe you know something about this? Have you ever watched PBS? Was Sesame Street a good show of yours? Well, I love PBS, and well, that's Telebear right now, if you've ever seen him about. And then we have a hashtag that says LV Strong. What do you think that LV stands for? It's actually Lehigh Valley Strong, because we are a powerful, strong community, and especially with everything going on, whether it's COVID or other things you might see on the news, we want to make sure that people can stand together and feel proud. But what I realized is, this is a nice picture in a triangle, but I wanted to make sure it fits exactly in the triangle that you and I walked through to set that boundary path. And I realized, I put Telebear on the left-hand side of the maze, but now I want him on the right-hand side of the maze. So I'm going over to my other computer. I actually downloaded Telebear. I flipped him. You see he's backwards now, waving. His TB is backwards. I'm gonna have to fix that. So this is the process of making sure that the lines on the paper are going to be as fantastic as the lines for the maze. So join me over here in the next couple minutes and let's get this maze design done. All right, so I've been working hard. I've been doing different things on the computer to be able to trace them. So if you remember, originally, Telebear was on the left-hand side, but I needed to swap him over to the right-hand side. So there you go. So he is waving the opposite way now. So this is the basis of our design. I need to add some rooms in the corn, like our corn classroom, some other fun pathways for people to get lost in. So let's see how this works next. Wait until you see. Hello, my friends. I am so excited to be back here at the farm. Today is July 7th, so we are at the time where we are cutting the corn maze. We are so super excited to show you what the maze design is going to be. I want you to be able to design your own corn maze today too. So this is what we call our Kubota. It's our four-wheeler that helps us get to places on the farm easier, just because walking will take longer sometimes and we've got work to do. So come on, hop in with me and let's go take a ride up to the corn maze. What'd you think of that ride? All right, let's check this out. On our way up, you saw our strawberry fields ready to be planted, lots of pumpkin plants, and if you listen carefully, I hear Farmer Chris already cutting the corn. We have hopped out of the four-wheeler and we're going to talk to Farmer Chris here because he is on the exciting tractor that we have that actually cuts the corn maze, or right now runs over some of the corn stalks. So Farmer Chris, what makes this tractor do the job well?
It's small and compact.
Small and compact. And then what is this craziness? It looks like your tractor has a white horn on it. What is that?
That is the GPS receiver.
GPS. And GPS, my friends, that's something very important because that's what talks to the satellites in space, and that's what allows, like, maybe mom and dad's phone to give directions, or for you to look on the computer and see an image of where you're at. So we're actually using GPS technology. So this is then hooked up to a pretty silly thing, Farmer Chris, in front of your face. What does that show?
That shows the picture of the whole field and the maze that we are going to be able to cut.
Oh, awesome. And then I see that cord, it goes around and back. And what is in that backpack? Is that like a backpack you use for school?
No, this backpack is has a battery in it.
Ah,
powers everything.
So it powers everything up. Awesome. And so these wheels, I mean, they're not regular car tire wheels. So does that help you go over the bumps and get through the corn maze?
Yes, these are tractor tires, and they help me get through the corn and the land.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Farmer Chris. We are so excited to be able to show you what this maze design is going to look like. So this, just like you saw me when I was putting it on the GPS pack, so that Farmer Chris there, this is what the end product is looking like. So right now, I don't know where exactly he is in it, but every single black line is what he needs to drive over with the tractor. So looking behind me, up, I see Farmer Chris. Do you see Farmer Chris? I see his orange roof driving around and creating the maze. And here we are, my friends, the corn maze is cut, and it's not only cut, but we're heading into October and we're ready for all of our visitors to come through and get lost. But don't worry, we find everybody. So let me show you from these paths what the picture actually looks like. So can you see this design? Isn't it amazing? It's the PBS 39, which is our local PBS station, and the bear waving, his name is Telebear. And so can you find the pumpkin and the corn and the bee in our design? It's fun to design a corn maze. Maybe you can design a corn maze today. So back here in the maze, it's a lot of fun because, well, you hear the corn in the wind. You can see around the corners. So let's go get lost. Come on, my friends. Choices to make. What way should we go? Let's choose this way. And look at how tall the corn is. It's crazy how much it's grown. Oh boy, I don't know where we're heading. Do you think we're gonna get lost? I hope not. It's snack time soon. My friends, do you want to take a shortcut with me? Come on. Woo, we made it through. So now you have seen the entire process of how a corn maze comes together. From the GPS backpack, to the computer time, to the awesome picture, to what it looks like inside of a corn maze. Maybe you and near your house there'd be a corn maze you could visit and see things for yourself and discover what's outside during the fall months. So my friends, thank you for joining me in the corn maze adventure. Hopefully, I won't get lost. See you later.